Hey down here, here back with Seduce me. So last time we started replaying the game, but by going with Sam rather than Matthew. So we let him apologize rather than slap him a third time, and then he ruffled our hair and we did dashi with him on our front yard, and we went on onto the roof with him, where he kissed us so much that we passed out. And now we're here. We also found out that, well, our grandfather had magic books in his studio, nothing, his office. So anyway, we just woke up from passing out with a note tied next to us in with our ribbon which Sam took. So I looked at the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Yikes, 4 hours of being knocked out and I still feel tired. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. The remainder of the night passed by surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. And surprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still I felt lonely. I couldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room to study and sleep. I think this might be the same now. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed at night. Felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. I think it's the same now. Maybe we'll meet Sam in the kitchen. I think we met Matthew, or at least Matthew made us breakfast. I don't know if Sam would also do breakfast for us. Oh, he did. I packed my bag and carried it downstairs towards the kitchen. As I entered the dining room, I saw a plate with eggs, toast, and bacon sitting on the table. A fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to the plate with the sugar and creamer on the side. I walked to the table and couldn't believe what I was seeing. Who made this? As I spoke aloud, a small red note caught my attention. Was that the same color as the previous note? Have a good day, yours. I think it might be the same note, maybe? I can't remember. Yeah, it's this. This is the same. He ate everything, and now we're gonna find him. Hopefully? I quickly rushed to the door, shaking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. Before I could reach the handle of the door, however, someone took my hand. Huh? I turned to see Sam, who was holding my hand back with a stern look on his face.
My name.
Well, it's the same thing as with Matthew, but I think Matthew had a more loving look than Sam. Your name?
My true name isn't Sam. I want you to know my real name if something happens.
Oh, kitty pie. His true name? What did it mean? Why was he telling me this now? I remember reading about the demon's name from the journal I read yesterday. Oh, this is from the the journal we got from our, well, not got, but that we found on our grandfather's office. If I knew a demon's true name, you could summon them to you no matter where you were or where they were. Sam gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Amaris.
Oh, I actually did not know Sam's name. Oh, Maris. Okay. Huh. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Huh. Oh, wait, no. I was thinking that maybe if you get this scene, he got to know a name of one of the demons that Diana couldn't really make us forget, but yes, she doesn't. She gives us a different scene. Uh, Although maybe if we don't tell them to stay and Diana comes and they haven't, she tries to erase our memories, she won't be able to. That's something to try out in another replay. Sam pulled away and stared at me, despite still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you're in any danger, any time, doesn't matter when, call my name. I promise that I'll come and help you.
Aww. I stared up at Sam, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Sam nodded back before releasing my hand and heading into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually. Yeah, this after school actually. And right on cue, Naomi drove up to the gate, blah blah blah, same thing as before. So we're back with Malix. With us, he kidnapped us and now he has a gun pointed to us. We're pretty sure, I mean, the gun would never work since it's a demon gun and we have that protection, but I didn't think it will. So, and now we can fight, wait, or call Sam. Well, let's call Omaris. Omaris! Hey Sam! All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfs the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing a very pissed off Sam. Sam.
Don't worry. I got you.
Thank you. At that moment, Sam didn't even give Malik the chance to breathe. As I blinked, I saw Sam's face ram itself into Malik's shake, sending the devil flying back against the walls of the warehouse we were in.
You motherfucker!
You couldn't even finish the sentence. My goodness! Sam was relentless. He quickly followed Malix to the wall and began slamming his fists into Malik's body. An imprint of Malik's body began to form into the wall as Malix was beaten in. Sam, calm down. I don't think that's necessary. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Elf Malix are watching in silence. Ares? We know Harry's name? Okay. Ares, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face. Really, Ares?
Get off!
Ooh, Malik's pissed. With a blast of heat, Sam was forced back from Malik. Sam slid on the balls of his feet, covering his face from the burst of heat that forced him back. Malik's, on the other hand, was practically on fire. His menacing eyes glared deadly daggers at Sam as Malik gripped his gun.
You're dead, Incubus!
Pretty sure he isn't. Malik spread himself from the wall and began to fire hot bullets at Sam. However, none of the shots made it to Sam's body. In the blink of an eye, Sam had disappeared from his spot and reappeared at Malik's side, ready to lay a heavy punch to Malik's head.
Too slow!
Malik's, though, wasn't as slow as Sam thought. Malik's quickly turned to shoot at Sam, who barely had the time to dodge it. He quickly turned into a fight of Sam using his speed to dodge and tried to eat Malik's, and Malik's using his gun and devil-like skills to try and walk onto Sam's appearing palm. It was almost too fast to follow. However, I could tell something inside Sam had changed. He wasn't holding anything back in his fight. It was as if something incredibly demonic had taken a hold of him and forced each punch he threw and each step he made. Was this the extent of demon power? I didn't have a chance to answer myself. As Sam tried to dodge Malik's, Sam tripped and landed on one knee with a loud thump. Sam? You okay?
Gotcha, bitch!
No! I gasped in horror. Sam had no chance to dodge or run. I could only stare petrified as Malik charged forward and jammed the barrel of his gun into Sam's mouth.
Eat hellfire, Incubus!
No! Then at that moment, oh thank God, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in tone as the color red, really? That looks green, but okay. Could turn into a deadly mix of purple and green. Oh, there we go, green. As everything began to blend together all at once. My eyes never strayed from Sam's face, however, even as it changed. His eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Sam began to bite down on the gun in his mouth. Whoa. As the trigger was pulled, the gun was snapped in two between Sam's teeth. Small fragments of the gun flew everywhere, while the look on Malik's face went from confused to petrified. Well, before Malik could utter a single response, Sam let out a giant animalistic roar, sending waves of fear down my spine, and tackled Malik to the ground. I'm sorry, but that was more hilarious than intimidating. Also, ooh, sharp fangs. I stared as Sam began to slam punches into Malik's face, one right after another. Sam's skin began to morph in shape with each punch, changing from human to something else. Yeah, I've seen the demon forms, they're not that weird. Here it is. Before I was allowed to see Sam's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off. A voice stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
Hey, Damien. I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. I could still... Oh, pity. I could still hear Sam screaming and grunting with each punch he rammed into Malik's face, with the occasional cracking of bone and blood splatter echoing in the air. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
That's enough, Sam!
Almost instantly after Sam's command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear then was Sam's pants and grunts for air. Okay.
Malix is dead, and you've lost your glamour spell.
Holy.
Shut up.
Glamour spell? What did he mean? Why did Sam sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Thank you, Damien. I froze. Look human? They didn't look like humans after all. What did they look like?
Like demons.
It's pretty much just like humans, except they have like stripes and their limbs are dark and they have horns. That's pretty much it. Not that impressive, honey. As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here,
Huh.
let's go. You gotta regain your glamour spell and you're all out of energy. Come on.
Sam, drink your medicine.
Fine. Whatever.
I could hear the smoke clinging of glass being passed before hearing Sam guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Ares, had fled. On top of Malik's body was a dirty shade that was quickly turning red from blood. I could see that Malik's face was completely caved in, making a dip in the blanket. Holy hell, Sam, you were pissed. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Sam, looking like nothing had happened. Well, what's just? I tried to speak, but everything zipped around my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in a sea of what and how and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Sam for some firm sign that I wasn't dreaming. Sam kept his eyes down and away from me. It was over.
Finally, we can relax.
Let's just get them to stay, shall we?
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
Oh, Sam, sweetie.
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
Damien, you're a jerk. Well, not really, but sometimes I really wish you would just stay quiet. Yeah, bed sounds good. I just want to end
Should we
tonight.
be gone in the morning?
God damn it, Damien. The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal, and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. I gulped face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. I looked to Sam, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave. But would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted, Sam moved and stepped to me, putting his hands in his pockets and looking down at the ground. He was still ashamed of what he had done, but he spoke to me regardless.
Hey, I... Shit, I kinda... I wanted to thank you for your energy and stuff. Well, I kinda want to stay here. Can we stay here? Please?
Oh my god, this is so adorable. I love you so much. You're so cute. My heart skipped while Laura's red blood ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at Sam wide-eyed, but I didn't dare to speak out. Oh, but didn't dare to speak out. Sam stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If he left in the morning, I would never see them again. My life could be returned to normal, blah blah blah, as before. But I want to. They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to have feelings for before speaking at last. I would love it if you all could stay. The boy cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. Gil at the sight. It was good to see everyone so excited, despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. But it was a rough day. My home is your home as long as you can still help with chores. The boys nodded in Indonesian, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, Zanes quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention, waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Oh! I watched a happy smile grow onto Sam's lips. It shared my excitement, knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Sam alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Sam walked closer to me, looking to his feet. He was nervous, but it was really cute to see him that way, so I didn't do anything but smile. Oh, he's nervous. Doesn't really look like it, but okay.
Hey, thanks for letting us stay.
You're welcome, Sam. I'm happy to have you stay here. I watched his smile brighten a bit before I cleared his throat and looked up at me with a serious face. I didn't know if it was the tiredness of my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself sway a bit on my feet. However, Sam's face made it clear that he wanted to say something else, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
No, it's fine. You did what you had to do, I understand. I accepted everything that happened, and knew that Sam had to do what he had to do. It was real, and it was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore that memory further. Sam nodded before holding out a hand to me.
Come on, let's get you to bed.
Oh, thank you, honey. Nodded before Sam gently lifted me up into his arms, like a bride, and carried me to my room. He can do that, unlike Matthew. I'm not saying Matthew be able to do that, although he did, but I find it more likely with Sam. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Sam's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to Sam, fighting a yawn from escaping me. He gently ran a hand over my hair.
Get some sleep, alright? I'll make some breakfast again for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with a man whom I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness in my mind. And now I'm gonna skip the bitch Diane. I scooped up my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room, seeing the boys already eating a delicious selection of food. The smell made my stomach grow wildly at the sight of food, for me to walk further into the room. Come on, Damien, do your thing.
Good morning, miss. Did you sleep well?
Before I could lie hiding the incident in the back of my mind, Damien furrowed his eyebrows and stopped eating.
She's here.
Thank you. The boys looked at him in confusion while I cursed his abilities silently in my mouth.
Damien, what's up with you? Of course she's here. She kinda owns the house.
Oh, Matthew. Damien looked at me, waiting me to explain for him. However, the choice that Hannah gave me last night warned me to keep my mouth shut. Diana. Damien pressed his lips together into a fine line. Then the boys looked at me with a raised eyebrow. A girl named Diana came by last night.
Diana? Is she important?
Did she try to hurt you?
She's a succubus. Succubus? I don't know. Sex demon, but the girl one. That single word made the boys stop and stare at me. I looked at each boy unsure of what was going through their minds. Should I have avoided it?
So, she's come to try and bring us back.
Is there gonna be anything new here?
She must really be desperate.
Well, what should we do now?
Nothing. She'll give up eventually.
That kind of happened before.
Will she?
Boys continued to look at me as if I knew the answer to that question. Damn it, Damien. You said if I told you, she'd make my life a living hell. She can't possibly do that, right? She's not a devil.
No, she isn't. However, she is a very powerful demon.
She's a master of mind manipulation and has been trained in illusion. Unlike other demons who use strength to get power, she uses her charisma.
How do demons that so far have been mostly been incubi use power rather than charisma? Really, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but okay.
She has the power to make armies bow to her and obey her every whim. That's why she's so obsessed with us.
What? What do you mean?
Well, she sorta has family ties to us. She was promised to marry one of us in exchange for more power.
She's just some whacked up hussy who doesn't know how to close her legs. She's not a real threat.
Oh, really? I feel insulted.
Oh, Sam's face. The boys and I looked around the room, wondering where the voice came from. I felt cold sweat run down my back of my neck in fear, remembering what kind of power she had. Okay, so this is all being the same. I'm just going to carefully skip it all. So I don't remember what exactly came here. I picked last time, so... Oh, hell no. I stepped up gently, pushing the boys away to be face to face with Diana. I was furious and she was about to feel my wrath. You're in my house, you're an intruder, you have no power here. Okay, so I think I might have picked this before.
Oh, really? Do I have to remind you of the power I have, dear?
The snap of her fingers, my mind suddenly looked up and I felt blank. I could see the world around me, but I lost control of my body. The bunch quickly reformed around me, with James gripping onto Diana's wrist in anger.
You will leave this instant.
Or what? You'll kill me? I completely dare you to.
Let me do it. I could use the workout.
Aww.
Don't.
And why not?
She wants us to kill her. If she dies, then civil war starts in the demon world.
Very good, sweetie.
Okay, yeah, this is the same as before. I felt my heart flutter, especially when my eyes landed on Sam. He kept close to me, glaring daggers into Diana. I could feel that he was completely adamant in his choice to say, "Aww." Okay, so after Diana left, Sam walked over me and placed a hand on my shoulder, looking at me with concern.
If she comes after you, you need to tell us, okay?
Okay. I nodded, knowing that he wanted to protect me. Sam gently took his hand from my shoulder and very gently moved the strand of hair from my face, however, making me blush and forget what I was thinking about. The sound of collective chuckles and playful sneakers whispered through the air, making me blush even more. As Sam grunted in reply, the laughter stopped. Looked up to see he was glaring at his brothers, a fist forming in his hand, ready to swing at one of them. He and I pulled away from each other as the sound of Naomi's car appeared. Quickly ate my food, waved the boys, and left, confident that nothing was going to happen.
Excuse me, little miss. I'd like you to stay a little while. There's something we need to discuss.
As Anna looked to Suzu and Naomi, she snapped her fingers, making my friend tense up.
You two can head home. Don't worry about your friend until next week, okay? If you contact her, she won't reply, so don't bother. If she contacts you, ignore her, because she's just fine.
Boo! As if on command, Suzu and Naomi left the room. I tried to march after them, but Diana stepped in my path, warning me with her eyes that if I followed, there would be hell to pay. I lost two of I lost my two friends, at least for the week. Diana and I were alone, just like she wanted. I slammed my hands on the desk in front of me and glared at Diana. What are you doing and what are you thinking?
What? Do I not make a good teacher? I figured you should have a little lesson, so I took matters into my own hands.
I think she mentions the demon we were into during this. Whatever you're trying to do won't work.
You really think so, dear? And what makes you so sure about that?
What was making me so sure? Why was I confident? Were the boys worth this? My thoughts began to fill with doubt. All of the uncertainties about this whole ordeal began to cloud my mind. If the boys were ever found out, there'd be hell to pay. Was it worth it? What about Diana? What would she do to me? Would she make my parents forget about me completely? Would she ruin my friends' lives out of spite? My God, I felt a son of confidence try to fight back, but the heaviness of my thoughts began to dissolve that stone little by little. What's going on with me? This bitch, that's what's going on. I looked up to Diana once again, see her gaze boring into my eyes. She was using her powers on me. This time I was away from home, so I couldn't escape. Or could I? Did I want to? The way she stared at me made me feel warm and fuzzy inside my chest. I felt like melting. No. Diana lifted a hand under my chin and ran her thumb over my lips, licking her own. I could feel little shots of energy zipping under my skin into my chin where she held me.
Now, let's have a little taste of that sweet, virginal sexual energy.
Did this happen before? I watched as she leaned in, ready to kiss me and take my energy. Half of my body felt elation at the idea. The other half had completely rejected it and didn't want her to even touch me. Sam. Okay, yeah, this happened before, but we said Matthew. Suddenly, Diana stopped in her tracks.
Sam? Who is...
And it dawned on her.
Ah, one of the boys. Why don't you tell me which boy is Sam?
I felt myself nod in compliance. The third. Oh, really? Is the third? I did not know that. Diana giggled in reply before letting go of my face and stepping back.
Really? The brute? With you?
Shut up! It's not a brute. I nodded once again, but this time it was partly my own decision to reply. Diana let out a sound that mimicked the cat's purr before stepping away from me.
All right then. Well, if it's the brute you're infatuated with, you should really rethink your romantic options.
You say that of everyone. In a circle before kissing my nose, where I felt a shot of energy zap out of my body, almost making me dizzy in recoil. Diana then returned to the desk and sat on the wood, crossing her legs.
You can go now. Remember, no class for the rest of the week.
Miss, what are you doing here?
Okay, so Diana just moved us home, so let's see if this has anything different. Hey Sam, she kind of knows that we're an item and you're the third, so with James, Eric, Sam, Matthew, and Damien. Huh. Okay, now we know their birth orders, okay.
Aren't you supposed to be in school?
I furrowed my eyebrows and stared at Damien, asking him to answer their questions through my thoughts.
Diana sent her back here. She invaded her school and sent all the students back home.
What is that bitch up to? Seriously! Diana's playing around for no reason.
Maybe it's part of her plan.
The boys continued to argue back and forth about Diana, blah blah blah, system as before. Was Diana after them? What is going on? They decided enough was enough and did the answers. Hey! The boys stopped arguing, staring at me in surprise. I held my hands in fists on my lap, mustering the courage to continue to speak despite my brute shout. Did this happen before? Was Diana here? Why does she want to bring you all back? What exactly did you all run from? Why did you run from it?
Miss, we...
Don't miss me, please. I need to know what's going on. I won't be left in the dark about it. I want to know what I'm facing. Oh, the boys looked at each other hesitantly, unsure of what to reply. Finally, Sam pushed Damien towards the bed, making him buckle and land on his knees with his torso over the edge of the mattress. Did Sam do this before?
Damien, do the thing.
They probably did. Thing? What thing?
Sam, you're not suggesting.
Okay, so this scene probably did not change at all.
Why not?
So
She deserves to know everything.
Sam's right.
I guess we have no choice then.
I looked to Sam, unsure of what was going on, but I nodded. If this was the only way to learn, then this was my chance to know. Damien gently placed his hands on each side of my head, gently pressing his blah blah blah. Yeah, we're going there. But we just woke up from falling asleep after Damien used our energy to help fill the vision where they show us their forms and their father and all of that of who Diana is and why they left the demon world. And we woke up with Sam beside us. Beside me, sitting in the chair beside the bed, was Sam, holding himself up to see me awake. I smiled at him, seeing his slightly ruffled hair and tired eyes.
Oh, you're awake. How do you feel?
Oh, you're so tired. I'm better, honey. Sam nodded before I looked down at the bed, leaning over it to stare at the blanket.
I'm such an idiot. If I was stronger, you wouldn't be like this.
Aww. Sam, it's not your fault.
No, it's my fault. It's our fault. Look at you. You're in bed again, after us using our powers again, and you're a target again because of us. We never should have come.
He's so worried. Was Matthew this worried? I can't remember, although maybe not, since we stopped the kiss with Matthew and we didn't with Sam. It led to us fainting eventually, and that's pretty much what he's worried about, that once again we're being targeted and getting tired. Oh, sweetie, you don't have to worry that much. We're strong, we're big girls. I quickly reached over and put my finger on his lips, stopping him from going any further. I didn't want to hear anymore. Sam, it's okay. I wanted to help you out. I offered to let you all stay. Nothing is your fault. I gently moved my hand and cupped Sam's cheek, staring at him with concern. I didn't want him to hold guilt in his mind about his whole ordeal. Diana was desperate, and she'd hunt anyone for them. It wasn't his fault she was desperate enough to hunt him down. Sam looked at me, defeated by my hand, for he closed his eyes and let out a sigh. Oh, poor baby. However, I grew curious. So, Sam, you're a noble? Sam opened his eyes to look at me. He didn't seem angry, but he had a coldness in his voice as he spoke.
I was a noble. I'm not a noble anymore.
Aww. Not anymore?
I was the third son of the Demon Lord. My brothers and I lived together in the castle as nobility. But since James was the oldest, James became royalty and was heir to the throne. The whole situation became one gigantic, boring mess. So we all grouped together and left to come here. Once that happened, we surely lost the chance to ever get forgiveness.
Aww, it's okay. You don't have to go back. What was it like while you were there?
Like I said, one gigantic, boring mess. Eric, Matthew, and I were as replacements in case James fucked up.
Poor Sam. And the rest of them. What about Damien, though?
Since Eric was before me and since my dad was a dickbag, I wasn't ever likely to get the throne. So I spent my days lazying about and not giving two shits about anything. Not even my mom could control me.
Do they all have mommy issues? Your mom?
Yeah, she's not like my asshole of a dad. She was actually caring and kind, but was a pushover.
Huh, not like our, OC's mother then. Sam let out a small laugh. I could tell he was getting nostalgic. Is Sam also going to show us a mirror?
She always thought I could be more than I was, but my dad definitely made sure I knew my place. In response, I became the rebel son, hanging out with the commoner demons and such just to piss my dad off. I swear, I'm surprised he didn't kill me out of shame.
Oh, Sam. That's horrible. Sam stared at me as if I had slapped him. He then sighed and ruffled my hair a bit.
Don't even worry about it. You need rest. You don't need to know about the demon world.
That's fine, I don't mind you sharing though. But I want to know more about you. Sam stared at me once again as if I had slapped him. I couldn't tell whether I was pissing him off intriguing him. He let his hand that was ruffling my hair fall down the strands of my hair, stopping at my cheek to cradle it. For a strong man, Sam knew how to be soft. Aww. Oh, it's the dog tag. Sam let out a sigh before unlinking his dog tag from his neck and putting it around mine.
I'm warning you, my past is boring.
It's fine, Sam. Can't be more boring than ours. To our grandfathers, that one is very interesting. I would very much like to know more. Sam wrapped his fingers gingerly around the dog tag, and I watched as green mist began to surround his hand in the dog tag. The green aura wrapped around the necklace until it snaked around my head, and, before I knew it, I was surrounded in green light. When the light had subsided, I was back in the main hall of the demon castle. I looked around, feeling unable to move, but I could practically see everything as clear as I had before.
Bring that back!
Hello, pigman! My head shot towards the sudden exclamation, and I saw Sam rush into the hall with a quite large basket of bread. What?
No chance in hell, creepo!
Sam then did what I only ever saw in TV shows or movies. He stomped his foot onto the ground, causing a large boulder to burst out from it, for he kicked it towards the entrance he had come from. I could only stare as the boulder demolished the door it was flying towards, but simply skipped to a stop blocking the entrance.
That was easy.
Oh, Sam. Sam then turned into the hall, looking around as he walked towards the throne. He took a small roll of bread and stuffed it into his mouth, only able to cover half of it as he stared at the set. I was surprised. Why did Sam steal bread? Why would he steal bread? He was a rebel, yes, but he was a noble. He wouldn't get in trouble for taking food, but he had a basket of bread. I'm guessing your answer is because he could. Sam chewed and swallowed the bread he started consuming inside.
Fucking asshole piece of shit parent.
What, was he denying you food?
At least you have your folks.
Gaku, are you Damien? Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, I'm guessing you're one of the rebels? You have wings? You are not a demon, nor are you a devil. What are you? Are you a vampire? Oh, okay, it's gonna be a demon. Okay, I turned to see another demon step out from behind the pillar towards Sam. Sam smirked at him and tossed him the basket of bread.
Think that's enough for you and your brother?
Aww.
More than enough. This means a lot, man.
Aww.
Don't mention it, Gaku.
You're all so sweet. Gaku smiled and held out a hand to Sam, who took it and shook it.
We owe you for this.
You don't owe me jack shit. Now get going before you get caught.
Gaku nodded. However, Gaku quickly got out the dog tag from his trench coat and held it out for Sam. Sam stared before reaching out and taking it.
What is this?
A gift. A human world trinket. I know you and your brothers have been interested in it. Maybe this might bring you closer to it.
Huh, so that's how Sam got his dog tag. Sam stared before looking down at the gift. It was glimmering silver, almost entrancing Sam's gaze. As Sam looked back up, Gaku leaped off the ground and flew out an open window with the into the almost sickly purple sky.
The human world.
Yes, the human world. Sam looked back down at the trinket before wrapping it with green magic.
Like I can get any closer.
Oh, don't be like that. Sam tossed the trinket into the air, letting it vanish into an unknown oblivion. I smiled a bit at the sight, knowing the future of that point. Uh, wait, is that Sam's mom? What surprised me was a green ward slowly floating towards Sam, wrapped in a purple-like aura. Sam didn't even turn around, but spoke as if he knew.
What do you want, Mom?
Oh, we get to know Sam's mom. Mom? How was that orb mother? The orb simply floated in place as Sam turned to it with an almost angry glare. Well, I know how that's Sam's mom, I wonder if he'll tell us.
Yes, I stole that bread and gave it to the commoner, alright? Don't judge me.
Aww. Once again, Sam was not responded to, at least not from what I heard. Sam clicked his teeth and crossed his arms, peeved.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so he's being told something from his mom, but we cannot hear what it is. The orb then floated over to Sam and lightly burst its shake before flying off, disappearing into the air. Sam sighed, rolling his shoulders.
I need to get out of here.
It looked like he had a lot on his mind, but his closed mouth wouldn't let him express it. However, none could question his irritation. Oh, that was small. Eventually, Sam stopped the magic, taking the dog tag off of me and holding it in his hands before looking to me.
What did I tell you? Boring.
But cute, very cute. You helped that demon get food.
I was a rebel breaking rules. We're not supposed to care for common demons. We're supposed to let them die out if they don't have the ability to take care of themselves.
You're adorable. Sam gritted his teeth and let out an aggravated sigh.
Whatever. I'm not there anymore. I'm here.
With us. Sam.
Look, I'm sorry.
For what? I stared, my mind going blank. What was he apologizing for? Sam stared down at the blankets again.
You've done a lot for me and my brothers. Sheltering us, letting us continue to live here. It may not seem like much, but for us, it means everything. Especially after everything that's happened to you with that hellspawn Malix and Diana being crazy. I don't think we'll ever be able to repay you for what you've done.
It's okay, I just like your company. He watched in speechless silence as Sam lifted his head, his eyes full of almost hopelessness.
Thank you.
Sam lowered his head and gently, almost as if I was fragile, placed his hand over my hand. I couldn't help but feel my heart squeeze within my chest at the sight. He truly cared. Sam let out a small sigh before looking to me, removing his hand from mine.
Now get some sleep. You still need rest. We'll wake you up when dinner is done.
Sam gently pressed me back down onto the bed, resolving what had happened. Oh, I want to steal a kiss. I couldn't let him leave without doing something. I quickly pulled Sam down to me, lifted my head and gently kissed him, softly laying a hand on his cheek to keep his face close. Sam stared in deep surprise before hesitantly kissing me back, caressing my cheek and slightly melting at the touch of our lips. A soft sigh escaped his lips before he slowly pulled away with a smile. Gently licked his lips, making me go red in the face at the simple gesture. Let out a satisfied sigh before running a hand through my hair.
Sleep, doofus.
Thanks for the nickname. With that, he stood up and left the room, leaving me to rest as per his request. I smiled to myself for relaxing into the mattress. This feels so much better than Matthew because Matthew reminds me of a gay OC. So Sam is a pan one, so that's awkwardness. Yeah, bitch. I suddenly tensed up. I felt miserably uneasy. Something wasn't right. I felt it in my core. She must be here. The thought of her in the house infuriated me beyond belief. I had to make sure she was not here. I rolled off the bed and quickly left my room, wandering the halls and listening closely. She was a demon, but I was listening very intently. There was no way she should have been able to sneak up on me. I know you're here. Where are you? I could feel myself grow. It wasn't a matter of fear that should take away the boys anymore. Her existence had lit a fire of rage within my gut, which only grew as each day went by. This feud was getting on my nerves, and I knew it would not end well for one of us. I wasn't going to lose to that demon bitch.
What the fuck do you want?
My heart stopped. Diana was it Sam. My mind flew into slow motion, playing fake images of Diana trying to seduce Sam in my head to further fan the angry flame inside me. I don't think we have to worry about that, but I instinctively followed Sam's voice. He was approaching the grand lobby. I hid myself behind the corner of the hall, peeking into the space and down at the scene. Oh, we're not in the kitchen this time. I peeked inside to see Sam by the foot of the stairs with Diana sitting on the railing looking to him.
My, such a brute. Didn't your mother teach you how to treat a woman?
Phew.
She isn't here, and frankly, you shouldn't be either.
Ah, I'm hurt. Wounded, truly.
Like I care, you crazy bitch.
Pity. And here I thought I was going to offer you the chance to become something better than just a simple incubus.
What was Diana going on about? More than just an incubus? She was insane.
Like you got anything I care about.
How about becoming the next demon lord?
I froze. What did she mean? Becoming the next demon lord? The ones weren't in the demon world anymore. They had no claim to the throne anymore. Sam stared at Diana, which made me worried.
You're bluffing.
I think this is the same line as Matthew's.
Well, currently, I'm the contracted bride to the heir to the throne. Since the throne is open, it's available to any son of the demon lord's line. Think about it. You'll gain the throne, the land, and a bride to continue your lineage with. Doesn't that sound like a perfect life for an incubus like you?
I could feel myself gripping my face tightly in anger. Although this girl tried to convince Sam to return to the demon world, ran away from it. He didn't have to go back. He shouldn't go back. My mind began to wander, imagining him saying yes. He would leave and the brothers would follow to bring him back. He'd be trapped because Diana would make sure they could never leave. Sam would be the new demon lord with Diana as his queen, and I'd lose him.
You must be crazier than I thought.
What?
I felt surprise run down my body. Did I hear Sam correctly? He denied her?
You dare deny?
Oh my god. Please no fighting within the hallway. Please. The hall, not hallway. What the fuck? Really, Sam? What did I just say? No fighting. All of a sudden, Sam's body disappeared, as well as Diana's. I blinked and saw Sam grip Diana by the neck, binding her body to the wall near the dining room archway. Her feet couldn't even touch the ground. I felt myself unconsciously rub my neck at the sight.
For once in your life, shut your fucking mouth!
My god. This is much more violent than Matthew's. I could see Sam's muscles tense and flexed, holding Diana, wanting to tense even harder to snap her neck.
You do not scare me. I could bring you to your knees and make you beg to return with me on a chain leash.
Well, not with you.
Then do it! I want to see you try to chain me.
Sam glared as Diana stared almost in fear of him. I expected her to actually do it. However, after a small breath of a moment, Sam smirked.
Called it.
Sam then released Diana, letting her body fall to the floor. Diana gripped her neck, coughing for air, as Sam stepped back, glaring at her.
You're out of power. You've been running without recharging, and now you're on your last life.
Huh. So that's why she came to us.
Shut up!
Diana glared and stood up, flipping her hair back to its almost unnaturally sexy style.
What's stopping me from taking your little human's energy?
You go anywhere near her again, and I will rip you apart.
Aw, thank you, Sam.
The human girl? You must be joking. A human like her can't possibly provide you what you need. She's a human. You're a demon.
I felt the hurt storm in and shut her mouth. I would give away my position, but I was growing extremely tired of Diana. Barge in and set her straight. I want to see how they should go, and I saved, so... Oh, I got the heart from that. Decided to be assertive and quickly stepped into the room, rushing down the steps to be in front of Sam. Diana and Sam looked at me in surprise as I glared daggers at Diana. Get out.
Well, little human. You're awfully nosy in business that doesn't concern you.
You're in my house. How does it not concern me? You were just fighting in my house, and I can see that there are breakable stuff lying around. It concerns me. It does concern
Does
me.
it? I don't think a human would understand the importance of this affair.
He doesn't want to go. I want him to stay. You're a bitch. Get out. There's really nothing I need to understand. You're asking him to leave to be someone he doesn't want to be. That's not going to happen.
Oh? And what makes you so sure about that?
It wouldn't happen even if I hadn't stepped in, so no, but really. Oh boy. Uh, I love him. Diana stared in shock at my exclamation. Was it not what she expected? I didn't care what she expected. I wasn't going to lose the man I had grown to love.
You love him?
I love him more than I did Matthew, that's for sure. It's less creepy. Yes, I love him. Diana's lips twitched, the edges curling into an amused smirk as she stared at me.
So what? A human's love isn't enough to understand the situation. A demon can never reciprocate human feeling.
Oh, fuck off. To both of our surprise, however, Sam stepped forward and put an arm around me, pulling me close to his body.
I love her.
Oh, thank you. I saw the confidence Diana had shatter in her eyes as she stared at Sam at his words. Could see the struggle in her face to try and find some weakness in Sam, in me, anything.
A demon love a human? Impossible.
Don't really see why.
Are you deaf? I said I love her. You don't have the brains to understand what love is. It's not just a human emotion. Demons like us can feel it too. You just have your head so far up your ass that you refuse to see it. Just like how you refuse to see that you've lost.
Aww. Diana took a step back, physically feeling the sting of Sam's words in her chest. She had lost. I could see it in her eyes. Diana's eyes grew dull as she glared at me and Sam. It seemed almost uncharacteristic of her, yet it was something I wasn't surprised to see come from her face.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
With that, Diana faded into the ground with a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. Sam and I were then left alone, left with the silence of the room. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest, relaxing from the ordeal. Sam stepped to me and held me gently, surprising me.
You alright?
I nodded in response, unable to speak so immediately after being surprised. Sam let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace. I gently placed my hands around him, returning the embrace slightly. I wasn't sure what to do. All of this was spinning in my head in circles before I decided to simply look up at the man holding me. Sam slowly pulled away, looking into my eyes to reveal a deep love that haunted his green irises.
Alright, let's get you back to bed.
Sam then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm beneath my knees. I easily held on to him as he lifted me up like a blushing bride and carried me out of the room towards my room. Sam was kind enough to know my mind. Do not force the issue no matter what. He was too sweet and I didn't deserve his kindness. Sam gently lowered me to my bed before patting my head with a loving smile. I was beaming in happiness. As Sam turned to leave, I slowly sank into the covers, relaxing. The sound of footsteps echoed before finally I was alone. I rested my head against the pillows, enjoying the cool they provided as I closed my eyes. Will Diana appear now? I'll be ready when I'm ready. Will it be soon? Who knew? All I knew at that moment was I made a choice I felt was right. Diana?
I will not leave here empty-handed.
Okay, yes, he still comes here. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal, with school and my friends not remembering what had happened. It was as if magic never even appeared in my world. Sam cared for me, and we remained close to each other. It was sweet, like a simple fairy tale ending. It didn't step over my boundaries, I deeply appreciated it. Sam remained faithful to me, living with me and serving me like a servant. Of course, there were some complaints. Sam felt the need to pay back my kindness. I needed help around the house anyway. It was almost funny to think about. Demon becoming a servant to human girl. They decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need Sam at my side, so they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. They understood perfectly which thing his brothers the best. Felt bad as well for being closer to Sam than the others, to reassure me that I was okay, and that they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. But what's of my future? Well, it was kind of made for me. Before I graduated, James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toys Company, and with the help of his demon powers, leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board, but my father as well into letting him run for CEO. So again, pretty much the same thing. I wonder what would happen if we go with James. Sam reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One morning I woke up and took in all that had happened as if it were all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic. It all was surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that I could have been all a dream. My fear vanished, however, as a knock appeared at my bedroom door. Come in. The door opened to reveal Sam with a small tray of food for me. A vase with a green rose set beside a hot plate of pancakes, eggs, and bacon, decorating my breakfast beautifully. I think the rose color is different.
Morning. Made breakfast.
I simply smiled. It wasn't a dream. I still had Sam. I felt the magic in the air around me. I wasn't alone. Sam walked over and placed a tray on the bed across my legs.
Did you sleep well?
I did. I had a dream about everything that happened to us.
Oh? What do you remember?
Everything. How we met, how you cared for me, everything. It almost made me believe it was all a dream. Sam smiled at me and ruffled my hair a bit, making me giggle.
Well, this is a pretty good dream then, isn't it?
Sam gently kissed my head, making my heart flutter slightly. His devotion to me was beyond my imagination. That was my happily ever after. And that's the end of Seduce Me with us going for Sam. I don't know if this is the best ending we can get with him, but we definitely did have more black hearts than we did with Matthew. Just I couldn't be it more lovey-dovey with Matthew. Just really did not feel that great. But Sam's was really nice. I mean, Matthew was nice too, but I really did prefer Sam's. This is a really nice game, and I think I'm definitely going to get the sequel. But that's for another time. So till next time, bye.